Welcome to Creepy, the best horror storyteller on YouTube.
Part 1. The Invitation.
In the heart of London, where the cobblestone streets whispered secrets and the fog danced eerily in the night, lived a young woman named Evelyn Hawthorne. Evelyn, a curious soul with an affinity for the occult, found herself drawn to the mystique that enveloped the city. One fateful evening, while browsing through an antique bookstore tucked away in a dimly lit alley, she stumbled upon a weathered leather-bound book, its pages yellowed with age. The title, Arcane Rites of London, beckoned to her, as if it held untold mysteries within. Fingers trembling, Evelyn leafed through the ancient text, stumbling upon a chapter that detailed the whispering ritual rumored to grant those brave enough an audience with otherworldly entities. The instructions were cryptic, describing a series of steps to be performed precisely at midnight in a desolate part of the city. Intrigued by the forbidden knowledge, Evelyn's curiosity overpowered her apprehension. With each passing day, the desire to partake in the ritual grew until it consumed her thoughts entirely. On the stroke of midnight, beneath a moon veiled by ominous clouds, Evelyn stood at the decrepit crossroads specified in the arcane book. The air was thick with an unsettling stillness as she followed the ritual's intricate instructions. Drawing strange symbols with chalk, lighting flickering candles, and speaking incantations in a language long forgotten, she initiated the ceremonial proceedings. As the final chant escaped her lips, a chill swept through the deserted streets, and an eerie silence enveloped her. Suddenly, the world seemed to blur, as if reality itself quivered at the brink of transformation. In that moment, a low, guttural whisper crept into her ears, unintelligible yet unmistakably present. The sensation of being watched sent shivers cascading down Evelyn's spine. She dared not turn around, her heart pounding in terror. Before she could grasp what was happening, the whispers intensified, swirling around her like an invisible vortex. Shadows elongated and twisted, contorting into unnatural shapes that slithered across the cobblestones towards her. A sense of dread gripped Evelyn's soul. She stumbled backward, frantically trying to break free from the invisible hold. Just as panic threatened to consume her, the whispers abruptly ceased, leaving behind an ominous silence. Gasping for breath, Evelyn staggered away from the crossroads, her mind awash with fear and disbelief. The ritual had invoked something beyond comprehension, something that now lingered in the shadows, watching, waiting. Unbeknownst to her, an unsettling presence had marked her as an unwilling participant in a game she never intended to play, a game with rules written by forces darker than the night itself. Little did Evelyn know that her life was about to take a terrifying turn, for she had unwittingly unleashed forces far beyond her understanding, and they hungered for more than just a fleeting encounter.
Part 2. The Unseen Observer.
Days turned into nights, yet the unsettling events of that ritual-laden evening haunted Evelyn like a specter refusing to fade into the void. The whispers, once mere echoes in the recesses of her mind, now seemed to follow her every step, a chilling reminder of the darkness she had unknowingly unleashed. Strange occurrences plagued her existence. Objects shifted inexplicably in her apartment, their positions rearranged overnight. Whispers lingered in the air, faint yet distinctly present, as if the unseen entities from that otherworldly realm continued to stalk her, their gaze fixated upon her every move. Evelyn's once bright and curious spirit had been dampened by an oppressive sense of foreboding. Sleep eluded her, replaced by restless nights plagued with nightmares, visions of shadowy figures lurking in the corners of her room, their eyes devoid of light yet filled with an insatiable hunger. Determined to unravel the enigma that had become her life, Evelyn delved deeper into the arcane book, seeking answers that remained elusive. She scoured forgotten texts and consulted obscure references, hoping to find a way to sever the connection forged on that ill-fated night. The more she searched, the more she realized the gravity of her mistake. The ritual wasn't merely a summoning, it was a binding, a tether that linked her to an entity from a realm beyond comprehension. Desperation clawed at her, urging her to break free from the sinister grasp tightening around her existence. One moonless night, as the city slumbered beneath an inky black sky, Evelyn ventured back to the crossroads where she had initiated the ritual. Armed with makeshift charms and incantations gleaned from ancient tomes, she sought to undo what she had unwittingly set in motion. The air hung heavy with a palpable sense of anticipation as she traced the symbols on the ground, fervently chanting the reversal incantations. A gust of wind, cold and foreboding, swept through the deserted streets, carrying with it a whisper, a distorted murmur that echoed her own words back to her, mocking her attempts at liberation. In that chilling moment, reality seemed to warp around her. The symbols she had drawn began to glow with an otherworldly luminescence, pulsating with an ominous energy. Evelyn's heart raced as a sense of dread washed over her, realizing the gravity of her actions. A shadowy silhouette emerged from the darkness, its form nebulous yet distinctly humanoid. It loomed closer, its presence suffocating, as if the very air had turned hostile. Panic clawed at Evelyn's chest as she stumbled backward, her attempts at breaking the binding ritual proving futile. The entity, a specter of swirling darkness, fixated its featureless gaze upon her, conveying a malevolent intent that sent chills down her spine. Paralyzed by fear, Evelyn could only watch helplessly as the entity extended an incorporeal tendril toward her, its touch an icy grip that seeped into her very soul. A piercing scream tore through the silent night as Evelyn's world dissolved into an abyss of despair and torment. The binding between realms remained unbroken, and she had unwittingly sealed her fate by attempting to sever the unbreakable link. In that desolate crossroads of London, Evelyn's anguished cries faded into the night, swallowed by the sinister forces she had dared to defy. The entity, having claimed its unwilling participant, receded into the shadows, leaving behind a void that once held the essence of a young woman consumed by her curiosity and condemned by her curiosity.
Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe for more similar horror stories.